Yo, what up? This your boy Savage. Welcome to another episode of Savage Land. And today, of course, was the Hasbro PulseCon. And this video is simply, man, just going over the G.I. Joe part of it. Sorry, Transformers, but you know I never really talk about that. Don't care about Star Wars. I've been trying to think if I want to do a separate video for Marvel Legends. What I will say is those Peter Parker's face sculpts do look good, but fuck all that. Today we're talking about G.I. Joe is king. And why? Because there just no more misunderstandings. It's the next quarter, they're backfiring all cylinders again. The consistency for me of G.I. Joe is out of this world now. And they're listening, and they're fighting hard, and they are, when I say fighting hard in this war versus G.I. Joe, they're actually flanking and making and following their battle plans. We've been screaming for fists. Some figures got fists now. I don't like a whole array of hands, but when a figure like Duke has his fist, you know that's Duke. He likes to throw down. He's a John Wayne cowboy type guy. He likes to throw down, so that's great. People like Mutt and Junkyard with the signal hands for dogs, I can understand that, man. So just different things like that, but the consistency of this brand, man, is they really stepped the game up, and today solidified that that they are the king of action figures. As of right now, in my eyes, they are the king. Even if you're not in love with the lore of G.I. Joe and you're into action figures, you can't deny that this is a good action figure line. They're the king over imports, because imports cost, basically. I love Mayfax, but even whether you get it from Japan or you get it from United States, you're looking above $50-$60. Easy. So with G.I. Joe, it's still down in the $25 range, $30 range. Exclusives, $40. So it's obtainable. Even though adults buy these action figures, I'll put a basic analogy like this. If my daughter picked up one of my G.I. Joes and broke it, it's easy for me, like, all right, man, let me just go ahead and just reorder that. But she picked up a Mayfax and broke it. Shit, it might take a week or two, maybe a month down the road if I take that money aside to get another Mayfax. And it's very easy, accessible. Like I said, man, it's just the number one line in my eyes. In the past 3 top 10s I did, where I've been on the internet, have I did 3 top 10s? Have I? I've only did 2. I'm tripping. This year will be the 3rd one. But the past 2, they've been up at the forefront. They've been hovering around number 1. One year they got it. I just simply said the Cobra Trooper because that was just a good action figure to me, just based all around. And it would have got it last year, but I didn't want to be biased. So I gave it to a Mayfax, which deserved it. It was the Mayfax Dark Knight Superman. But, like I said, G.I. Joe is king. There is no more competition. I'm going to do one more G.I. Joe versus Valorverse. I'm going to call it Blitzkrieg, and it's for the bombing that's going on with G.I. Joe. Blitzkrieg is a military act where they fly in, they bomb the shit out you. Very overwhelming, so by the time you've looked up, you don't even know where you're at. And that's basically where it is with G.I. Joe right now. They bombed you with so much good product. By the time you put your head up, you don't even know where you at. I don't know where I'm at right now in a chronological order of 1-100. Like I stopped about 60 or 70. I'm not saying stop, but I was just like, you know what, I'll wait or whatnot. But I don't know where I'm at. There's so much good shit I done forgot about it. Valorverse, I still like it, but G.I. Joe has bombed so much I forgot about they shit. Like I had to be reminded of Siege and a few other ones. Oh, that blowback, the camouflage one. I had to be reminded of those figures, but we're gonna get into some other things. And like I said, I just want to do a quick rundown. I don't want to make this video long, but the ones that came up for pre-order today, what they showed was pretty much General Hawk, which there was something about Hawk. I didn't know what it was, but he didn't have his helmet on, and that's what it was. He looked quite funny to me. Shockwave also went up for pre-order. Also with Shockwave, I know what it is. He looks good, but he didn't really take me back like a rock star. He needs a little bit more around the eyes, like the first Firefly. And that's what's wrong with the second Firefly to me. I'm still going to get that figure, but the intensity around the eyes as far as the scope, I think they should have went in a little bit more than that. But as far as the figure, it looks great. It comes with a lot of accessories. It looks good. Agent Helix, that was a sleeper. That reminds me of Kill Switch. I really wasn't paying attention to Agent Helix. I don't even know, don't even really care about her or have the lore about her, but when I seen her today, and then her colorways look good. Be honest with you, I know why her colorways look good. It looks like that Wasp Parade with the silver and the yellow. I didn't know that would look so good together. but she looks good. I'm probably gonna get her. Also, who else? Oh, Buzzer and Ripper also went up for pre-order. They look good too. I'm not as crazy over them as everybody else. I'm gonna get them because I have to get them to complete the Dreadnoks, but I'm not as crazy. They do look good. They do look good. And even if you're not crazy over the figures, it's the consistency of a good looking figure. Now, do we actually have these in hand yet? No. But from what I see, they look like pretty quality figures. Now, also too, and then when I do the G.I. Joe versus Valorverse, I'm gonna go more into depth in this stuff. But like I said, they're listening to the battle plans, how they're flanking. Okay, now we got a chronological number order of these figures. Let's do the retro cards, which we've been known about. Of course, put them on the hard card stocks, and then take them out of Walmart. They'll still be in Walmart, but put them everywhere. Make them more accessible. They really shot themselves in the foot right now. I put a video short up of how much clogged up Walmart shelves are with G.I. Joe figures. They shot themselves by limited, trying to make that exclusive when it really wasn't exclusive. You already had those figures. They were just really repaints. So once everybody got what they needed to got, they didn't care anymore. But they did that, and then they made a retro Scarlet, retro Duke, which I talked about earlier with the multiple hands. Duke has fists. If Duke's not shooting a gun, he's punching somebody. He's slugging somebody, man. So that is awesome, man. Also, I don't know if anybody else caught this. They said if you missed out on the ills, we got those coming out on retro card backs also. They might have accidentally grailed that ill. Why? People probably saying right now, why? What for? It's nothing special about it. It actually is a dope action figure. It actually became one of my best army builders. I really like those Cobra ills, and I had a lot of fun with the video shoot that I did on them. I actually enjoyed myself with them, but with no bullshit, like figures get grailed because they get cut off like that, and that's an Amazon exclusive. And it's looking quite funny now, but they're making up for that so you can get that retro card back, which will be available to everybody so everybody can get them. I don't know if they're gonna put out those Amazon ones again, which they do. I mean, I don't care. I mean, that'd be great for everybody, but they probably shoot themselves in the foot again because you got ones on Amazon, now you got this retro card. Somebody's gonna lose in that battle, or both might lose, to be honest with you, as far as that product getting gone. So I don't know. I just caught that, like, I guess you missed out on that ill. I'm like, okay, they ain't bringing it back. But yeah, what else also, man? But just a lot of great G.I. Joe. So much great G.I. Joe. So many great reveals. Just so many different I forgot, digital renders that they show, and what's coming down the pipeline, what they actually had in hand, and just basically what's pretty much what's going on and what's coming out now, man. I mean, it's a great line. It's a great line. G.I. Joe is king. All those figures that I set up for pre-order, I don't know what date they come out, but I probably got it up here for you guys. But great showing from G.I. Joe and Dane. It wasn't like it was nothing crazy, like, oh wow, but it's such a good line and so consistent that they just pretty much solidified and said, hey, we got this shit on lock. And there's nothing else nobody else needs to do about it. Like I said, I still like Valorverse, but they just can't keep up with G.I. Joe, to be honest with you. And I know people watching like, well, they don't have to, they don't need to, and that's right. I'm just looking at what I've seen in my eyes from the inception, the back and forth going with them, and I'm just running with that. But I'm about to cap that, because in my eyes, what I see is G.I. Joe is king.
G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe.
Okay, Mr. Cheeseburger, the originator, and there's really no line that can compete with it. And fuck the War Valorverse, any other line, they'll give it to anybody, to be honest with you. And that was a great showing. That's what, like, even like at a concert, or even when you're running track, your last showing, your anchor should be the best, and they put on a great show. So give a round of applause for G.I. Joe. Like I said, we'll go through more of this on Soapbox. I'll go into depth. One more thing before I go. The 60th anniversary army builders. You don't have to take Torpedo. You don't have to take Grunt and army building. What is cool though, you can take those figures and still mix and match them, especially with the torpedo parts, with the wetsuit guys on that end, man. So a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna get it all together. We're gonna put it together on Soapbox, and until that time, man, G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe. You guys get back to doing what you're doing. Post-con was good, man. The most exciting part, like I said, was G.I. Joe. And if you can, give me a like, comment, subscribe, baby. G.I. Joe is king. Crowned you in my heart. G.I. Joe is king. I told you that from the start.